Alrighty, friends, I am back for your second part of the video. So for some of you who might be confused, after the first video that you watched and you did your four square nodes as well as answering the question in that overall main idea quadrant, you take a picture of that, send that in to me. That's due once you finish doing that, right? I think Miss Haynes and myself separated it into um, Monday and Wednesday, you'll do your math work, and then Tuesday and Thursday, excuse me, you'll do your reading videos or watch your reading videos. You don't have to do it like that, but um, that's kind of a way to break it down. And then by Friday, you should complete all of the work and have it turned in to myself and Miss Haynes. For me, I can see it online on the Edulastic portal that I'm about to show you guys right now where to submit. As well as the pictures of your Foursquare from the first video. So if you watch the first video on Tuesday, if you're following our schedule, after you watch the video, do your notes that same day so you remember everything. Take a picture of it, send it in. Watch Thursday's video of reading. After the Thursday video, you can choose to go ahead and submit your writing response or start working on it. Just know that it's due by Friday, as well as your math work. So a good way to separate the work out and break down things. But today I'm going to show you guys where to go to submit that open response essay. So after we read this story on our Tuesday lesson, the missing Lynx cats, right? We had a question that we needed to answer. And this is the question. What are some problems that can occur when humans interact with animal habitats? Make sure that you have your Foursquare out for today's lesson, because this is where you should have had your 2 to 3 different answers right here. Now, once you have all of this in front of you, you'll go to Clever. You can access Clever on your phone, your iPad, as well as your laptop. So you go to Clever. You guys know how to go into Clever because we do this every day in school. Student login. I actually have one of your peers' username and password so that I can go in and show you guys exactly what you would be looking at if you were to be doing this at home, when you're doing this at home. Okay, so it's going to be logging in as someone else, one of your brave peers, Neve Taylor. You'll see what would pop up on your screen as well as hers. Log in. All right, so you have all your favorite resources, all your apps right here. All right, so we're going to scroll down. Keep scrolling down. Just keep scrolling down until you get to where it says assessment tools. Okay, assessment tools. And that's where you have Edulastic. This is something we've already done in class several times when we took the assessments, but this is where you'll see your new assignment for yourself. So you click on Edulastic, and here you will see where you will start your assignment. Okay, so it says 411 version of R.A.C.E.S response to the missing link. I'm going to click on hers. I'm not going to start hers for her. Sorry, Neve. But I'm going to click on hers to show you guys what you will see when you go into yours. You'll have the question at the top, which reads, you have just read the text, The Missing Lynx, about how the lynx species was once facing danger. Write an essay answering the following question. What happens when humans interact with animal habitats or their homes, right? Make sure to write an introduction, a 2-body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Always use the R.A.C.E.S format that you have learned to organize your writing. Okay, so I kind of gave you guys a hint. I gave you guys a hint as to what you should always remember to do when you're writing. This essay is out of 5 points. So if you kind of get all of these down, then you will get your total 5 points. If you miss one, I'll give you some advice onto how to do better for your next one. So first it says your introduction with your R and A, right? Restate an answer is R and A if you forgot. Restate the main question and make sure you identify 2 to 3 answers or things that happen when humans interact with animal homes. Now, I kind of already restated it for you. So you guys already get an automatic point because I restated it for you in our four squares. Some problems that occur when animals or when humans interact with animal habitats are, right? So you already get a head start. All you have to do is copy that here and then put your answers that you already wrote from yesterday or whenever you watch this video on here as well. Restate an answer with at least 2 to 3 answers that happens when humans interact with animal homes. Then you go to your paragraph. So you skip a line and you start your first paragraph. According to the question, it said we needed at least 2 paragraphs, right? Yep, it says 2 body paragraphs and a conclusion. Introduction, 2 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Okay, so I'm going to need 2 of these that kind of look the same. 2 of these. All right. In my paragraphs, I'm going to have a topic sentence. I'm going to introduce my first answer. So whatever I said for my first answer up here with the R and A in my introduction, I'm going to introduce just the first answer for this first paragraph. Okay. Then I'm going to find evidence. Okay. This is when you cite a quote from the text using according to the text, the author said, or for example, whatever the case is, right? Whatever evidence starter you want to use. You introduce your first answer and then you find evidence to back up that first answer. Make sure that it is a quote that actually makes sense for the answer that you put right here. If I said the first answer for why humans, what happens when humans interact animal homes is, I'm not going to give you the answer. You guys almost got me. Whatever your first answer is, make sure that you write it here in your topic sentence. Make sure you back it up. Find a quote, back in the text. Go back to the text. You have to go back to the text. These are not paraphrase quotes. These are not quotes that you come up with in your own head that you remember the text saying, right? I'm sure you guys know how to do that. But I want to see, can you guys go back to the text and find a quote that actually answers that question and write it down word for word? Okay. And I have a side note here. If you have the DCPS packet in front of you, go back to the text and just underline it, right? Underline the quotes that you find in here. That makes it easier because then when you're ready to actually start typing, all you have to do is look over, type in your quote, look over, type in your quote. If you don't have the packet in front of you, I put the link underneath the first video to see the text, but also in that first video, I'm actually going through the story so you can go back and find a quote. That takes a little bit longer, but it still gets the job done. So you have topic sentence, cite evidence, and then explain your evidence. Explain why this quote really is the best quote to prove your answer. Start by saying something like, this supports my claim because, right? Remember, it's starting to come back to you from class. And then finally, your last paragraph is your conclusion. You start something by saying in conclusion to sum everything up that you said in your answer above. Okay, so that's kind of the format. I gave you a cheat sheet if you forgot how to start your essay. So this is the format, and then you start typing away. Okay, the first sentence is always the restating, right? And we restated it. Well, I restated it for you here. Some problems that occur, jot down your 2 answers that you have, and then you are good to go, right? Just make sure you follow this format. Make sure you're including these things. Also, according to the standard, good writers do the following. Now, this is for some of the advanced people. If you got your races down, okay, I'm going to ask for you to try to think about some of these things, right? So when you are writing, after you finished using races and you did your 2 paragraphs, you have everything you're supposed to have down, go back and see, did you introduce the topic? Okay, you should have. Okay, you should have, because that's what restate and answer was, right? Did you introduce it? Did you develop the topic with facts and details? You definitely should have, right? Because all that evidence that you had. Did you use linking words? Now, this is the one that will set you apart, right? We always talk about in class, the 5s on the park versus the 4s in the park in writing. It's really simple things like using linking words and phrases. When you are typing up and writing your essay, are you using words like also, another reason, or and more? All of these words, excuse me, all of these words definitely give you kudo points with the park graders. So, with that said, if you follow my R.A.C.E.S format, you'll have all the things that you need to have in a good explanatory essay. But then you also go back when you're done and make sure that you have some fancy words like also and because and explaining more. That's how and transition words like finally and the next thing is right. So it's things like that that kind of help you become an even better writer. So, but to start off, follow this format. I gave you the cheat sheet. I'll be expecting to see your amazing essays. I can't wait to see them and read them and see how you guys um, are still utilizing this quarantine the best that you can. Alrighty. Ask me any questions that you have anytime during the day, 10 to 2. Um, and I will give you guys your grades and share some advice. All right. Good luck.